Guys, hi grade 11, hi grade 7. Today we will talk about the second lesson in chapter 1, Think Like a Scientist, or How to Be a Scientist. An attitude. What's meant by an attitude? Attitude is a state of mind, okay? And your actions say a lot about attitude. So, what exactly is scientific attitude? Scientific attitude is a logical way of thinking clearly, reasonably, without disturbance or preconception. Scientific attitude means not accepting any fact which doesn't have any proof. 3. Scientific attitude is the most important outcome of the science teaching that enable us to think rationally. Okay? So, how to think like a scientist, or how to be thinking like a scientist. So, the scientist possesses certain important attitudes, including number 1, curiosity. Okay, curiosity means search and explore what you interest about. Okay. Curiosity drives the scientist to discover more and explore more about the topic they study. Okay. Honesty. Honesty means attitude of truthful. Okay, or being truthful. Creativity. Creativity means inventive way to solve a problem. 4. Open-mindedness mean accepting new idea. Okay, attitude of doubt. Skepticism. Okay, attitude of doubting. And number 6, ethics, sense of right or wrong. Number 7, awareness of bias, likes, dislikes, or culture affecting interpretation. Okay. So let's start with the first attitude used by the scientist. Okay. Curiosity. We will talk about curiosity in details. A scientist shows interest and pays particular attention to objects or events. This attitude drives the scientist to discover and explore more. Okay. Beginning by asking the question and seeks answers and find the answer eventually. Okay, we have an example. Do you remember Sir Isaac Newton, the English scientist? Isaac Newton, sitting under a tree, saw an apple fall to the ground, which directed him to ask many questions. Why did the apple fall from the tree? Okay, what makes things fall? Is the sun, moon, and the stars falling? Newton spent many years to answer this question by thinking and doing experiments, okay? And finally, he later on formulated the law of universal gravitation, okay? And explored the reason why all objects attracted to the earth, okay? And make his formulation about gravitational force. Number 2. The second attitude used by the scientist, honesty. Okay, scientists always report their observation and results truthfully. Honesty is especially important when scientists' results go against the previous ideas or predictions. For example, this is image in front of you for the scientist Galileo Galilei, and the second photo for Isaac Newton. Okay, Sir Isaac Newton acknowledged the fact that built his law of motion on the past work of Galileo and other scientists. Okay. Number 3. The attitude number 3 used by the scientist, creativity. Whatever they study, scientists may experience problems sometimes, It takes creativity to find a solution, okay? So creativity means coming up with the inventive ways to solve the problems or produce new things, okay? The fourth attitude, open-mindedness. A scientist listens to and respects the ideas of others. He accepts criticism and changed his mind if reliable evidence contradicts his beliefs. Okay? And we have, for example, the great scientist Albert Einstein said that the mind that open to new idea never return to its original size. That's mean new thoughts and new ideas always change our mind, okay? The fifth attitude, skepticism, okay? Attitude of doubting. It's having an attitude of doubt. Don't accept things blindly without asking a question, okay? Skepticism keeps a scientist from accepting ideas that may be untrue, okay? Listen, for example, in 1500s, everyone believed Aristotle claimed that heavy objects fell faster than light one, except one, Galileo. To test Aristotle's claim, Galileo dropped two balls of different weights from Leaning Tower of Pisa, and guess what? They both hit the ground at the same time. Okay? Galileo showed us that testing human claims should be the mediator of all truth. Okay? Ethics. The sixth attitude, ethics. Ethics mean the rule that enable people to know right from wrong, okay? For example, scientists test a new medicine. They should to inform volunteers of the medicine's risk before allowing them to take part in the tests, okay? As COVID-19 vaccine, okay? Before using COVID-19 vaccine, okay, made by Pfizer and other companies, okay, that these companies make a test about and tell the volunteer all the medicine risk, all the vaccine risk before allowing them to take part or share in this test, okay? The seventh attitude and the last one, awareness of bias, okay? What's meant by awareness of bias? A scientist is objective if he doesn't allow his feeling and biases to influence his recording, observation, and conclusion, okay? And we have different kind of bias, okay? Personal bias, culture bias, experimental bias, okay? Personal bias comes from person's likes or dislike, okay? For example, to know the difference between personal bias, cultural bias, and experimental bias. Okay, this is how personal bias comes from person's likes or dislike. For instance, if you like the taste of the cereal, you might think everyone else should too. If you like the dogs as a pet, you might think everyone else should too, okay? Culture bias comes from the culture in which person grow up, okay? For example, a culture that regards snake as a bad might overlook how well snake control pests, okay? Experimental bias is a mistake in the design of the experiment that makes a particular result more likely. Okay? For example, suppose you wanted to determine the boiling point of pure water. If your experiment uses water that has some salt in it, your result would be biased. Okay? Thank you, grade 7, for your listening, and goodbye.